Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsa. Let's have a look at the headlines. Sri Lanka explores local currency transactions with Maldives in bilateral talks. Sri Lanka to provide 2,000 nursing jobs in Israel by 2025. News in detail. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism Vijitha Herath said that the government will explore ways to allow the use of local currencies when making cross-border transactions between Maldives and Sri Lanka. The minister said this speaking to the media after the conclusion of bilateral talks with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Maldives, Abdullah Khalil, yesterday.
I appreciated Maldives' commitment in providing employment opportunities for Sri Lankans and expressed hope that we could identify the ways and means to diversify the employment opportunities for Sri Lankans in Maldives. I also requested the Maldives side to consider the possibility of using the Maldivian rupiah and Sri Lankan rupee for cross-border transactions by the Sri Lankan workforce for the benefit of our migrant workers in Maldives. Friends from the media, tourism is a key economic driver for both our nations, and Sri Lanka plays a significant role in providing skilled professionals and tourism services to Maldives. We discussed matters of mutual cooperation to attract more tourists to our countries, also keeping in mind Sri Lanka's target of 3 million tourist arrivals this year. We agreed to build partnership through investments in the tourism and leisure sector and strengthening cooperation in mutually beneficial areas. Both our countries being Indian Ocean littoral states, we discussed the need to collaborate in the fisheries sector. We shared views on the provision of transit passage for Sri Lankan fishing vessels for smooth access to the Arabian Sea and further means of cooperation.
The Women Parliamentarians Caucus convened a meeting under the leadership of Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya and Chairperson of the Caucus, Minister of Women and Child Affairs, Saroja Savitri Polraj, recently. Key among the discussions was a proposal to achieve 25% women's representation at the provincial level.
The caucus deliberated on amending existing laws to ensure the goal is implemented in the upcoming elections. The caucus also announced plans to engage with political parties and secretaries advocating for increased women's representation in provincial and local government bodies. Another critical focus was on tackling sexual harassment at the workplace and combating sexual and gender-based violence, reaffirming their commitment to creating safer spaces for women. With International Women's Day on March 8 fast approaching, the caucus outlined preliminary plans for marking the day with impactful programs. Deputy Co-Chairpersons Shaminji Kiriyalla and Samanmali Gunasinghe, along with a host of parliamentarians including legal experts, academics and activists, were present at this transformative meeting.
The Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau has announced plans to provide employment opportunities in Israel's nursing sector to 2,000 Sri Lankans in 2025. Since January this year, 148 Sri Lankan nursing professionals have already secured employment in Israel.
Air tickets were handed over to 17 professionals from 155th batch scheduled to leave for home-based nursing jobs. This batch includes 15 women and 2 men. Under the Memorandum of Understanding signed between the Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment and Israel's PIBA, 2,038 Sri Lankans have found opportunities in Israel's nursing sector to date. The Bureau has issued a public advisory urging people to avoid paying any individuals to secure nursing jobs in Israel, as all opportunities are facilitated directly through the Bureau under the bilateral agreement. Aiming to strengthen ties with Israel and create opportunities, this initiative highlights the growing demand for skilled Sri Lankan professionals in the global workforce.
Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. The Sri Lanka Export Development Board took a major step in fostering export growth by organising an awareness seminar on the new Export Development Programme at the Technopark of Eastern University recently. The seminar aimed to empower entrepreneurs in the Eastern Province by addressing challenges and encouraging them to venture into export industries.
Around 250 participants, including startups and businesses with export potential, attended this landmark event focusing on sectors such as fisheries products, fruits and vegetables, processed foods, handlooms and handicrafts. Participants benefited from a one-day program that included an awareness seminar, a mini exhibition and a business clinic, providing insights into product development, market access and business consultations. The event brought together key stakeholders like the Bank of Ceylon, Sri Lanka Customs, National Enterprise Development Authority and several others. They offered valuable support ranging from capacity building to market development services, ensuring entrepreneurs are equipped for global market. Notable attendees included EDB Chairman Mangala Vijayasinghe, District Secretary of Batiklo J.J. Muralidharan and academics like Professor N. Rajeswaran. Their presence underscored the collective commitment to enhancing Sri Lanka's export potential.
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka hosted its annual budget seminar 2025 at its Colombo Auditorium, bringing together key experts in finance, taxation and policy. Deputy Minister of Finance and Planning Dr. Harshana Suryaperuma delivered the keynote address emphasizing fiscal discipline, economic stabilization and bold reforms to drive Sri Lanka forward.
CA Sri Lanka President Heshana Kuruppu reaffirmed the Institute's commitment to improving public sector financial governance and called for professionalizing public finance management. He proposed integrating Sri Lanka's Chartered Public Finance Accountant qualification into public service recruitment to address critical skill gaps. The event also featured a comprehensive panel discussion analyzing the budget's impact on taxation, business competitiveness and governance. Experts called for out-of-the-box thinking, private sector confidence and collective exports to foster sustainable growth. The annual budget seminar 2025 not only shed light on the government's fiscal policies but also strengthened collaboration between policymakers, businesses and professionals to achieve a sustainable economic future.
Allianz Finance Company has successfully launched Sri Lanka's first ever green bond issued by a non-banking financial institution. The 1 billion rupee green bond, offered at 100 rupees per bond, was completely sold out on its opening day, marking a historic milestone.
This 3-year bond offers a fixed annual return of 10.75% with an effective rate of 11.0% and is rated A- by the Lanka Rating Agency. It is backed by Ceylon Bank and managed by NDB Investment Bank. The funds raised will primarily support rooftop solar energy installations, contributing to Sri Lanka's renewable energy goals and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. 80% of the proceeds will finance solar projects, while 20% will strengthen the solar equipment supply chain. AFC Deputy Chairman and Managing Director Romani De Silva highlighted that this initiative aligns with Sri Lanka's Paris Agreement targets and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. With a legacy of over 68 years, AFC is committed to balancing people, planet and profit under its triple bottom line philosophy. Deputy Managing Director Kusal Javardhana added that the Green Bond adheres to the International Capital Market Association Green Bond principles, ensuring transparency and accountability.
Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today.
The all share price index dropped by 215.05 points to close at 16,858.97, and the S&P SL20 dropped by 60.96 points to close at 5,032.94. The turnover was 2.9 billion rupees and over 120 million shares were traded.
Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.